So Black Ops 6 just came out around 3 weeks ago, and over those weeks I've been playing for around 2 weeks so far. I have currently prestige once and hit level 36. I've sunk quite a lot of time into the mode with having around a day of playtime. I've also done both Easter eggs, so I feel like I'm definitely qualified enough to give my thoughts on the mode. I want to do high rounds, but I don't have a lot of the augments required to do them. So once I get those, I'll dive into them, probably start off with Liberty Falls. Overall, my thoughts to this mode is pretty good. This is definitely a step up from Cold War, but right now isn't quite on the level of games such as BO3 due to some definite flaws. The way I'm going to structure this review is I'm going to talk about general gameplay, positives and negatives, and then go into positive and negatives of each map specifically. So starting off, I want to talk about general gameplay, positives and negatives. So starting off with the positives, I feel like this game fixed a lot of issues with Cold War systems. So first of all, loadouts are generally in a pretty good spot in my opinion, where it's better off for you to buy a weapon from the wall or from the box than just keep with your regular loadout gun. Although I won't be surprised if they add, like if you do all the Easter eggs, you get like purple already off the jump. But like right now, I do appreciate how you're encouraged to buy a weapon off the wall and like not keep it the gun you start off with. Difficulty is overall in fine spot solo for up to like round 31, which I'm going to talk about later. Progression with rarities and PAP is fine. I tend to get everything around round 30, round 35, which, you know, I'm fine with. And there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff to go for in this game. So like side Easter eggs and camos. Now, a thing I mixed on is, actually this is more of a negative, is that there's no point in playing past round 31 to 36 due to the XP drop off. And this sort of makes the mangler spam a non-issue for me, because I don't go like casually past like round 31 because like there's just no point in my opinion. So Trout, if you're listening, I highly recommend to not have like an XP drop off. Maybe you might increase that to incentivize people to go for those high rounds. And yeah, so when I get past round 31, I'm normally in like a high round strat where I can deal with the manglers like pretty easily. Also the negatives, I feel like the armor is worse than Cold War. Like plating should be automatic. And also I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, but I feel like you should be able to buy armor with salvage and all points. Maybe if it's like 1,500 salvage for tier 2 and then like 3,000 for tier 3, or do like a lot of salvage, all points, because I feel like with round 30 I'd have a tier 3 PAP on like and a legendary gun, and then like a tier 2 on a wonder weapon, and then I would have like tier 1 armor still. Like I don't really buy armor in this game because I'm focused on like upgrading my guns. So yeah, overall I feel like I do like the general gameplay in this game. I think it's pretty good. Now talking about Liberty Falls and its positives and negatives. So I've actually been enjoying Liberty Falls quite a bit. I feel like it is a better map than Terminus, just for like XP grinding, high round, and like camos. Just because the setup's way quicker and the wonder weapon like build process is way easier. And also I think the wonder weapon's way better. I like the thunder gun. I feel like it's really fun to use with the like the big blast and like sucking enemies, and also power-ups in. I feel like that function's also useful. And yeah, I feel like it's a sort of just a fun casual map. Going to my negatives, it's already negative, but I feel like the Easter egg was kind of lackluster. The boss was cool, but you could just bring like Aetherella into it. And the other steps were just sort of, yeah, they could have done quite a bit more with this Easter egg. And also the atmosphere is a bit lacking compared to Terminus, but that isn't, I don't really see that as like a massive issue. All right, now on to Terminus Island. So with Terminus, it's sort of like the opposite of Liberty Falls, where Liberty Falls is definitely a more like casual map made for high rounds and just sort of leveling up guns. I feel like Terminus is much more focused on the map quality and the map like depth, I'd say, and the Easter egg. Not saying that it's bad for high rounds. I just say that it has a much lengthier setup process to get the wonder weapon and pack a punch on. And also the perks are pretty spread out on this map, while on Libby Falls you can sort of get them fairly quickly. So in terms of positives, I do really enjoy the Easter egg, although I do wish it was a bit more than just getting the wonder weapon. This is a bit of a negative, but I feel like the wonder weapon is a bit too long to get, just like by a tad, I feel. This may just be because you have to like go between the islands, but I'm not too sure. But I feel like the steps are all pretty good. I do enjoy the story implications of like the Sentinel artifact, and like Maya and her brother was pretty cool. And I also did quite enjoy the boss, although I had to get a bit of help to solve it. So in terms of negatives, I feel like, yeah, sort of saying about this map isn't really built for just sort of leveling up guns, and that it's much more focused on like the Easter egg, so, which isn't like a negative. Yeah, so sort of like the perks are being spread out and the one weapon taking a bit long to pack, sort of setup taking a bit longer. Those aren't really negatives, but yeah, sort of, it doesn't really serve a lot of purpose to like XP grind on compared to Liberty Falls. That's sort of really it. Also, just one other negative really is that the outer islands don't really serve that much of a purpose. So yeah, besides that, I think Liberty Falls is a really good, pretty good map, yeah. Okay, so that's generally all my thoughts on Black Ops 6. Subscribe for more zombies content. And yeah, I think the game's pretty good. Pick it up on sale if you want to get it just for zombies. I'm not a massive fan of multiplayer, but yeah. See ya.